Welcome back. 8:42 right now. Being secure or insecure in your relationship, may have more to do with your experience with primary caregivers. And with your Mental Health Monday today, we are going to talk about that. It is called attachment styles and what they mean. Our 9 News wellness expert, psychotherapist Heather Hahn, joins us in the studio today. Nice to see you.
Great to see you.
And not on Zoom.
Yes,
How about that?
So nice.
Yeah, all right. Well, we put COVID behind us, so you can come in the studio now.
Yes.
Talk about that, detachment style. What is that?
So attachment theory is what I was trained in as a psychotherapist because it is the root of our emotional well-being. And children grow and thrive in the context of a close and dependable relationship. And that really serves as a safe haven for them to come back to after they've been out exploring in the world, where they can come and be loved and nurtured. And without at least one of those relationships, development is disrupted. And so the child then starts adapting to how they expect their caregiver will respond to their stress. And that becomes their attachment style, which follows them all the way into their adult relationship.
That's pretty interesting, really. And there are different attachment styles, right?
Yes. So there are 3, well, there are technically 4, but 95% of the population falls into one of 3 of them. And the first one is called a secure attachment style. This makes up an estimated 50% of the population, and it's the ideal. So here, the caregiver responds to the child's cries or needs by holding them, reassuring them, and this becomes a secure base for the child. And so the child grows up to feel relatively safe in relationships. They find it easy to be in relationships and depend on others and have others depend on them. They don't fear being abandoned or being smothered or controlled. And then the second attachment style is called the anxious attachment style, and this makes up about 20% of the population. And here, this is caused by the primary caregiver responding in either inconsistent or unpredictable ways, or expecting the infant to take care of them because they're too overwhelmed. And so the infant starts to display extreme negative reactions to try to hopefully get a response from their caregiver, and it really causes maladjustment. So they grow up to feel like they're never close enough in their relationships, and they often fear that they're unloved or fear that they'll be abandoned. And then the third type is called the avoidant attachment style, and this makes up about 25% of the population, and it's usually caused by a caregiver who responds to the infant in a rejecting way. So either ignoring them or ridiculing them or getting annoyed with them. And so the infant learns not to go to the caregiver when they're in distress. And so they also are maladjusted, and they grow up to avoid closeness in their relationships. Their significant others often wish they would be closer, but they just don't trust or rely on people. So a lot more to say, but that's a start.
Yeah, so yeah, I get it. And so the secure is what you're going for, but what if you don't get a secure relationship as a child? Can you change that in adulthood?
You absolutely can. And again, that's 50% of the population. Half of people didn't get that. So therapists who are trained in attachment theory can create the environment to help people create a secure attachment within therapy, and also teach them the tools to change and become more secure. And also, one important thing to know for new mothers and parents is that there's something called good enough mother theory, which means you just have to be good enough, and when you mess up or you're not as empathetic as you should have been, you just make amends with the child and, work to do better next time.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Maybe that's what happened to me. I don't know.
Right. All of us.
Heather Hahn, as always, it's good to see you.
Great to see you.
All right.
Thank you.